content is it's a difficult idea for a lot of people to understand and come to terms with, particularly because it's so inexplicably linked to the internet itself. And the internet, as we know, it's, well, as a commerce platform now, it's only been around for what, 10, 15 years in its current form. Before that it was, well, it's a hodgepodge, Wild West, snake oil salesman, low trust, low quality space that people were suspicious of. That's where this word content really takes center stage. It's how you communicate and deliver your message to your audience. And because we're in the social media sharing age, you need to realize that people really have the power to make or break your business. And it's so easy to praise or criticize a business, to leave good or bad reviews. The best content is informative, it's educational, it's useful, it's compelling. Content is not limited to words. It can include photos, images, video, audio, and if you put forth the effort and really get immersed in this side of your business, you can build a lot of credibility. You're more likely to be able to charge a premium because you would have already proved that you're an authority. You would have staked out your territory as an expert in your field. And I guarantee you there are plenty of businesses that are skeptical about this so-called content approach. They just don't make the effort. They can't be bothered. They will do business the way they've been doing it for the last 30 years or whatever, however long they've been in business. They sit by the phone waiting for the phone to ring, or they wonder why there's no traffic coming to their website via Google. They think that if you build it, people will come. In this age, there is too much choice, and it's not enough to just open a shop or upload a website. You've got to stand out. In the past, I've worked in companies where the people running the company totally neglected the way the industry was changing. They underestimated the power and the influence of the internet. This idea of having a digital marketing strategy, a content strategy, they were very flippant about the idea. They just cast it aside, and they just seem to regard it like it's a fad. It'll be here today, gone tomorrow. Well, that's not true. That's not true at all. You've got to convince people to want to do business with you, because we're now at a stage in society where we're absolutely spoilt rotten with choices. And for every business operating in a small town, you can be assured that there's a dozen people who aspire to be one of these expert businesses, a go-to source of information. They will put forth the effort and they will create a following. They will create a brand. They will have loyal customers. So most people find a business either by Googling it, they get a recommendation, they find out about a business through social media. They are in research mode. Evidence has shown that even now that just being number one in the search engine isn't necessarily the convincer, for the purchase to occur. You've got to stand out. So think about giving value up front. Give these potential customers a good reason to trust you, and then the likelihood of them contacting you is greater. But who writes that content? Who produces content? Who creates videos? Who? I mean, you're not a writer. You're not a content producer. You don't have time. You're a small business or a sole trader or a self-employed individual. Well, okay, so let's say, for example, you're working with a web designer or marketing consultant. See if they can help you. It's considered an additional service, so there's going to be a fee for that, and it's going to mean that you need to seriously analyze your own products, your business, your services. It's going to mean that you need to mine your history. You need to really go back a few years and think about how you can almost put together a best of compilation of your finest moments. If you can get photographs of work that you've done in the past, or maybe get testimonials and recommendations from previous customers, that would be fantastic, because then you can pull it all together, and that can be something which looks great on your website and can refer people to this. If somebody says, can you tell me more about such and such? Well, by all means you can describe or explain that. But if you've got a video on your website which actually deals with that question in depth, refer them to that video, because that video answers all those questions. It saves you from having to repeat yourself, and the more content that you can produce, the more you can refer people to that content. If you're having an email conversation, for example, and somebody has a frequently asked question, well, it might be that you've answered that question in exhaustive detail. You can figure out the best way to do that, but the point is you need to be able to drive people to a place where they can find out about you, and it saves you from having to reiterate yourself every time. This business, Victory Auto Services, now they were featured in Social Media Examiner, and I've googled them, which is interesting, and this is a case study on how this auto repair shop is winning female customers, how to sort out your brake lights, things like that. Give content which isn't damaging your bottom line, and if nothing else, so you get to have a look around your garage or your showroom or whatever it is. And in this video, which one is it? Here we go. Let's have a look at this one. I think I watched this one earlier.
Hello everybody, my name is Troy Thompson with Victory Auto Service and Glass. Welcome to our Brooklyn Park location. Come on in here, let me show you a few things. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. Thanks for coming on in and checking us out here at Brooklyn Park. A couple of things we like to offer you when you come in. It's got some coffee soda water here. Keep you refreshed while you're hanging out. You can keep up on the daily news. Read through this, pass some time. One of my personal favorites here is our little computer workstation that we have. We also have a lovely website, victoryautoservice.com. A bunch of useful information and some coupons on there as well for you. Help you pass your time. You can check your Facebook accounts, emails, and help you out with that. One thing we also have here is our lovely shop. Have a nice window here so you can peek out, see what we got going on, make sure we're working on your vehicle, keeping you happy. We have a handful of technicians that are all ASC certification. They're great at what they do, very knowledgeable. Keep up on all the current vehicles that constantly come in the doors. One thing that I like to ask you is a bunch of questions, so come on back over here. Let me get some questions from you. Try to get to the bottom of what you got going on with your vehicle and have the technicians know exactly what you're experiencing with your vehicle and try to get to the bottom of it for you. One thing we also do is glass. So if you have a rock chip, definitely something we can repair for you or replace your windshield as well. Patty, our lovely glass manager, is very knowledgeable at what she does. She'll get back to you as soon as she possibly can and give you a quote for that windshield that you've been staring at that crack for the last 6 months. And once again, my name is Troy Thompson with Victory Auto Service and Glass. Thank you very much for stopping on in and checking us out. I appreciate it. Hope to see you soon.
This is fantastic because I know a few people who run takeout restaurants locally. I would love to see a premium fast food takeaway restaurant come up with YouTube content. Imagine you've got an Indian takeaway website. What I'd like to see on the perfect Indian takeaway website is some immaculate original photography of each dish with an exquisite description of each dish. There's no shortage of cookery programs on TV, but how about seeing a cookery clip of a restaurant? I mean, if I was to do a video like that, I would do some preparation first. I would remove that newspaper from the end. I wouldn't have that in there. Say, for example, you've just spent a lot of money on a brand new, spotless, stainless steel, state-of-the-art kitchen. It wouldn't hurt to make a 3-minute cookery demo video, would it? I mean, that would be the convincer, the persuader. It'd also show people that you've got a bloody clean kitchen as well. So here's another example. Let's say you're an artist or canvas print manufacturer and you create original works of art and you put those onto canvas. This guy is somebody from Nottingham who takes people's photographs and actually puts them onto canvas. And he's also a photographer, so you can select one of his stock photos and that can be printed to a canvas. So it's a unique, bespoke service. But the interesting thing about his website is that it's rich in content. He even talks about the hand-stretched quality canvases. Now, he buys this canvas on a roll and he makes the canvases himself. Most people just buy in a canvas and they just, print the image to it, but he actually makes these canvases, which is interesting. He's got a page about canvas care tips. Now, see, by the time he's sold the canvas, typically the sales process is over between business owner and customer, but the fact that this guy has actually got canvas care tips, this is almost your after sales process. How many people do that? Not many. And there's common problems and solutions as well, and that's content. That is good content. That is helping people. That's helping them to avoid failure. It's helping them to avoid problems and nuisance issues. I think you get the point. I mean, that's a few examples to think about. It's obvious that content is one of the key components of a website, but not just a website, social media as well. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, that is but an extension of your website. It's content, but in the periphery, if that makes sense. Thanks very much for watching and listening. I hope to speak to you again soon. Keep your eyes peeled for more video content. You can visit my website at ilkistonwebdesign.com, and if you go to start here and then come down to help videos, click help videos, and you will get a list of the latest videos that have been uploaded to my blog. Thanks again. Bye.